What's up? I'm Captain Mel Asylum, and here's another sip of galactic tea. The Starship Rebellion and author of Unreading the System and soon to be many more books. I've always had an active imagination, and in first grade we went to library and the librarian showed us a video about how an author, a children's book author, lived their life and what they did in order to make the books that we read. I thought this was the most awesome thing in the world until I got diagnosed with dyslexia and was told that I would never be able to do it. Which apparently is a lie. Due to that diagnosis, I was able to get tutoring where I had a teacher who was pretty awesome and decided that I would do best if I wasn't given a prompt. So of course I wrote my own Power Ranger fan scripts. I would write about 5 of those before I started creating my own superhero teams. I created at least 2 of them, all lost, except for the fact that I later turned the members of one of them into a rock band. For annoying reasons, I would let it go for a while until I finished high school and remembered how awesome it felt to write stories. So I decided to take out all my frustration that I'd grown from the years of middle and high school into writing a story, which was Theory of Rebellion. Before attempting to publish it in any way or consider it an actual book, I had an English professor who was okay with me being lazy about a creative writing project, and I took a chapter out of that book and sent it in as one of my assignments, and she asked me if I wanted to be a writer, and I told her that I couldn't because I was dyslexic, and she said, "That doesn't matter. Editors are a dime a dozen. People who have great creativity are rare." And then I looked up how much editors cost. I would let that fear kind of control my thought process, despite the fact that my imagination was constantly running and I wasn't doing anything with it, which was frustrating, until my early 30s when I was like, you know what, I have this. I had Theory of Rebellion. I held on to it. I'm like, let me try to do something with it. Then after I published 3 Theory of Rebellion books that I later deleted, I decided to do what I truly wanted to do, which was science fiction. And that's when I wrote Unrooting the System. Some of the influences to how I write my science fiction was a lot of the conversations that I've had with my dad growing up. He was Nation of Islam, Christian. He always talked to me and my sister about the politics in Star Trek and Babylon 5 and even Star Wars. He really sparked a lot of my curiosity towards how groups of people come to be the way that they are. How did Star Trek become this utopia? How did Babylon 5 become the hot mess that they are? Why can't they get along? Why are they still babbling? The aspect of religion and how people just basically perceive the world was such a huge aspect of science fiction, because science can be greatly affected by how willing people are to change the world around them. How much should they change the world around them? What parts of the world around them is a question of gods. We get that in Star Trek a lot. We got that in Babylon 5. How do we define a god? Is it okay to have gods? Where do gods come from? Are gods really gods, or are they just something beyond what we understand? All of these are just normal questions that people explore every day that are told in completely new settings so that you could see it in a whole nother way. And that's what I love about sci-fi and writing sci-fi. I think you can learn a lot about yourself and the world around you by taking the aspects of it and putting it into a whole nother setting, or just, putting it in cosplay. So thank you, Sci-Fi Queens, for inviting me to speak. And that's a short explanation of how I became a sci-fi author and what makes me want to write sci-fi. If you've gotten this far in this video, you may enjoy the Voices in Hyperspace, where me and some friends get together and talk about science fiction. I also have a book called Unrooting the System, available on Amazon. Go get yours. It's also on Unlimited, so if you want to read it for free, you can. And I would absolutely love to read your reviews and respond to them.